How you doing, YouTube? I hope y'all having a great day today. This should be a good Saturday. We got a lot of matchups going. I'm gonna get right into it. You got John Wall tonight. I love John Wall, man. That dude can ball. He's going against the Brooklyn Nets. Jared Jack's not gonna play too much D on him. I don't think to stop him. So I like him greater than 39.50. You got Brandon Knight. He's been on a tear since he came back. He's going against the Celtics. As long as we can stop this from being a blowout. I know the Celtics aren't too strong, but neither are the Bucks. So I like Brandon Knight to get a couple of minutes to go ahead and achieve that 34. You got Derrick Rose against the Pelicans. The Pelicans always struggle on guards. I don't see them being too strong today. I think we'll be all right. Greater than 33.50. Hayward, but beast lately. Dropped a 24 5 and 5 line last night in a double in a back to back today. I like him over the Kings easy. Rudy Gay's not gonna play too much D on him, being that he's focused on getting his stats. Nick Batum against the Mavericks. Nick Batum's very consistent player. As long as he can get some minutes, make sure he gets some rebounds and plays a little bit of that point forward position. I like him a whole lot tonight. Trey Burke minutes been down a lot lately, but 24.50 is a low threshold. I can understand if you go lower than that, but I think he'll be all right. I know he hasn't been playing a lot of minutes due to Dante Exum's rising in the lineup, but he still finds his way in the rotation. I like Trey Burke tonight in the matchup against the Kings because hopefully a blowout can occur and we can see our boy Trey Burke get some minutes. I don't know what's been going on with Dante Exum stealing minutes lately. Pau Gasol going against the Pelicans and Ant Davis, big strong guy. Even though the Pelicans aren't that great against power forwards lately, I still like Pau Gasol to go under 40. I think that's a little high for him. I predict him around 34, 33 tonight. I don't see too much argument there if you say otherwise, but I just don't see it happening tonight. Jared Jack going against the Wizards. John Wall is a great defender, always has active hands. Jared Jack actually had 4 turnovers last night. He's on a back to back. He's going to be a little tired. He's not one of the spring chickens in the league. So I go ahead and say he's going to turn over that ball a lot tonight. He's then on to these matchups that I didn't mess with that I'm going to pick later in the night. You got Ant Davis for 47.50. That could be a possible. I just don't know what job Noah's going to do on him. If I were to just have to make a pick, I would go ahead and say take him less than 47. Curry always dominates the Knicks. Always. It's like he has a bullseye on their back. So I don't see too much issues right there with him going over 46. He just loves lighting the Knicks up. I don't know what vendetta he has against them. I don't know if his father Dale Curry said, I want you to hit every three against them. But it's just something about the Knicks that just makes them mad. So against the Knicks, I think it's obvious to say 46.50. The only reason I'll say less is the Knicks are horrible. So that's the only reason I would say go less than for him. But if not, easy. Going against the Mavericks is LaMarcus Aldridge, 43.50. That's a little high for him tonight, I believe. I don't see him just going over 43.50. I would stay away from that one. Jim Butler, Jim against the Pelicans, Tyreek Evans. I don't think he's gonna get 38.50 on Tyreek. I don't see it. Dame Lillard versus the Mavs. Dame Lillard has actually been on a down note lately. I thought he was going to dominate due to the fact that he wanted to rise above to prove he's an all-star, but he's actually seems like he's got his feelings hurt. I look to see him pick it up, so I'm not even going to say I like him or don't like him, for greater or less. Evans. Evans been a real strong, consistent player. I like him tonight. He should be all right. Going against the Bulls, Jimmy Butler is a defensive stopper, but Tyreek Evans just controls the ball so much. He's very efficient controlling the ball, so I like him tonight. But then again, let's take a second here. 34.50. 34.50. That means he's going to have to get around 20 points, 7 assists, 5 rebounds, somewhere around there. I'll stay away from that one, y'all. Now that I have to chalk that up. Klay Thompson against the Knicks, that's another strong one that he should do fine against the Knicks. It's just that he's going to get the playing time. Jared Sullinger at 33.50. He's seen a decline in his minutes lately. I'm not so sure if I would stay with this pick. If I could guarantee you that he's going to play 30 minutes, I would say 33 easy. But with the Celtics rotation, I have no faith in it at this point. Joakim Noah at 31.50. Joakim against the Pelicans. He's going to have to get a lot of defensive rebounds and assists. Maybe even a couple offensive rebounds just due to the fact that Anthony Davis cleans the glass. I'm going to go ahead and say I don't like him for 31.50, but I've been wrong before. I'm not psychic. Derek Favors against the Kings, greater than 31. He's going, I like him greater than 31, man. Let's go ahead and rock with Faves. Let's rock with Faves. Let's give Favors a favor. Draymond Green, 30.50. This could be another possible blowout where Harrison Barnes ends up playing all the minutes. I don't like that one. I'm going to stay away from it. But Lopez, 30.50. He's going against Gortat Nene. If he can get the minutes, I like him. Other than that, I'm going to stay away from him. John Henson against the Celtics. Give me a second to look at these matchups here. I don't know why I didn't write him down in this list because he could be another strong play. 29.50 is kind of steep, but we're gonna see what we can get out of him. Let's see what the Celtics working with. Celtics are horrible against power forward. Give me a second, y'all. Let me check out, see what's going on here with this. Got to do some research myself, see what John Henson's been doing the past few games. Oh, and by the way, this is what I look at a lot of the times to see what's going on. Being that the Celtics are very bad against power forwards, I'm looking at John Henson right now, just paying attention to his stats, seeing what's going on. What you watch for the most with big man, you look at this rebounds, these stat lines. Because the points, as you can see, the points are pretty consistent, but you see how his rebounds are all over the place. That's what scares me a lot. So I think I'm going to go ahead and stay away from his pick. Now that I looked at him, I thought he could have been a strong play, but I thought wrong. Eric Gordon, another two-guard against the Bulls. I don't see him being too strong tonight just due to I think Jimmy Butler is going to start out on him, and as the game progresses, he's going to switch over to Tyreke Evans. But if Eric Gordon can miss a few shots at the beginning, that throws his game all off. So as long as Jimmy Butler can do that, I like it. Yeah, I like that matchup where I say he would actually go less than 28. But crazier things have happened, stranger than fiction. Covington, Philadelphia going against the Hornets. Cody Zeller, big Cody Zeller. He's a little slow, but that length bothers a lot of stretch fours. Even though Covington is a small forward, a lot of that time when Nerlens isn't in the game, he moves over to that stretch four position. I don't know why they got him marked as a power forward when a lot of times I see him going in as a small forward. But in that case, 28.50, Nerlens is at what, 27 from what I checked. I don't like neither one of them. Middleton at 28.50. Middleton's so inconsistent, it doesn't make any sense. I don't know what to do with him. I don't know what to do with Giannis either. I love those guys too. I really do. They're very good players, but it's like one game they give me 40, the next game they give me 20. And that's just due to the fact that they're very young, so they have to learn a lot of stuff, what it takes in the league to be consistent every night. So as I've always told y'all, I'm not too much of a fan of picking the young players. As you can see, the players I picked are not rookies. They have a little bit of time in the league. John Wall, excuse Brandon Knight, he's borderline. Derrick Rose has been in the league for a while. Hayward's been in the league a few years. Batum's been in the league a few years. Burke is relatively new. That's an exception. Gasol, few years. Well, I shouldn't say a few. When I'm saying few years, that's an understatement. I really mean long time. Jared Jack, long time. Favors, relatively been in the league quite a while. So as you can see, I typically with my matchups, I pick veterans. Lopez coming back. He's still trying to get his legs back, trying to figure out the game. Trailblazers against the Mavericks tonight. That should be a tough matchup for him having to deal with Tyson Chandler's physicality. Tyson Chandler's been mean lately, y'all. I don't know if y'all realize that. Just that a site I was just looking at, RotoWorld, pull that up and pull up Tyson Chandler's stats. Tyson Chandler's been mean lately. He's been a fantasy beast. I don't know if y'all realize that or not. So let's go ahead and check this out right here. Joe Johnson. Joe Johnson always shocks me from time to time. It depends if he can hit his shots. If he can hit his shots, I like him. But if he can't, I don't like him because he only provides so many assists. He's not a guy who's just gonna get down low and just try to rebound you on the ball. So I'm not totally sure about that pick. Noel against the Hornets. Noel, he's gonna be trading time with Covington. I'm not sure on that one. I'm gonna leave it alone. Wesley Matt going up against the Monte Ellis. I'll go ahead and say I like Wes Matt. I like Wes Matt. Wes Matt, he'll be all right. Anderson, it's always trouble with him just due to the fact that Davis man so many minutes, and in a competitive game against the Bulls, I think it's going to be tough to say that the second unit's going to get a lot of time. If Asik does bad, Anderson can sneak in the lineup, but against Joakim Noah, it's kind of very impossible for Asik to do bad just because Noah's not commanding the ball on the court every time. So I will go ahead and say Asik's probably going to stay in the game as long as he can stay out of foul trouble. But Pau Gasol and Joakim Noah aren't just going to force Asik to commit fouls just due to the fact that Anthony Davis is going to be able to hold his own against Gasol. Ainge, Cantor, him and Gobert, I don't know how to guess them. I'm still trying to figure them out. At this point in time, if you're going to pick, I like Gobert just due to the fact that he produces very well, very consistent on the offensive glass, which causes second opportunity, which is what a coach loves. So a lot of the time, the coach keeps Gobert in the game just because Gobert can dominate that glass from time to time. Plumlee, you know what? We gonna rock with Gobert tonight. Oh, I can't rock with him. I got too many people picked. So looking at this, I'm looking at Trey Burke, and I don't know about his minutes. If I could guarantee you his minutes, I would go ahead and say go with him. So Kings, they're not too great. DeMarcus Cousins, he's trying to get his on offensive glass right now. So let's see. Let's see what I like about Rudy Gobert. Go to world. You know what? He's pretty low on stats. I'm hoping those blocks can propel him. He's been playing about 27 minutes lately, relatively low. Yeah, man, they didn't make me pull out my stat sheet on this one. I'll say stay away from that pick. Going against Gibson, Pelicans. Gibson's he's been disappointing to say the least lately. I don't know what's been up with him. He'll have a good game and then have a low game, and he's not even to the point where you say, oh, he's a young guy. He's still learning. He should have figured it out. And maybe that's why at one point in time they let Boozer go because they thought Gibson was going to handle his business, but I don't know about Gibson, man. Gortat against the Nets, he could be a strong play. It's just a matter of can he get minutes and can he get the ball fed to him early. Nene's been disappointing with his minutes. Oh, and for Gortat, I don't know if I like him. I'm going to stay away from him. Mayo's been getting a few minutes lately, man. You can't argue with Mayo if you want to play Mayo because that game could possibly be a blowout. So I could say you could go with Mayo. It's just he's another player up and down. Very great at USC, had all this hype behind him, came in the league for a few years. He was with Memphis. He did a thing just a little. But as years have progressed, the NBA is making a boy out of him. I looked I'm gonna make this prediction. This has nothing to do with the fantasy basketball matchup tonight, but I think OJ Mayo's gonna get it together one day. Mark my words, man. He's gonna get it together. All the athletic talent in the world. It's just, is he gonna work hard? But back to our program segment. Paul Pierce against the Nets, 21-50. That's kind of low for him, but he's a veteran guy. They're saving him for the playoffs. Clearly, they're not trying to work him too hard. I'm gonna go ahead and say leave him alone tonight. Chris Humphries, 1950. That's low for him too, but I can't guarantee any minutes for the Wizards just due to their rotation. Sometimes Nene's gonna get to play. Sometimes Humphries gonna get to play. It's just hard to guess with them. Brooks, 1850. Brooks is so proficient in scoring, it doesn't make any sense. Due to if Brooks can get a few buckets, I like him tonight. Brooks, very strong player. Even when he was at Oregon, he was great. It's just his size. His size stopped him from being a upper echelon player. I really do. He has all the skills. He has the speed to do it. Even at the Rockets for a little bit, he was the starting point guard, and he performed very well. It's just his height is what stops him, and he's a liability on the defensive end due to him being so small. So that's the thing I would tell y'all to watch out about with him. But he always gets his. Like, let me pull up these stats. Let y'all check it out because he really is a good player. Rounded up, about 4 field goals a game, 8 points. And these are typically in games where Derrick Rose a lot of the time plays a lot of the minutes. But when he does get his minutes, he's very proficient. These are his overall stats, but I just want to make note of that because a lot of times stats lie to you. You got to weed between stats a lot of times. So you got to understand what goes on. Like, if a person doesn't get minutes just due to the fact that there's a great point guard. And a backup point guard is a very important position because when that second unit leaves, they can they can keep the run going or they can bring them back. Assist ratio, pretty good. Can't complain with his assist ratio. He's actually a great free throw shooter. Hits a lot of threes. The rebounding, all right for a point guard. Turnovers, they're up there a little bit. That's what I worry about the most. He does turn it over. But 1850, I want to rock with it so bad. 1850 for him is. I'm not gonna, for the sake of the video, I'm gonna say don't mess with that. But 1850, just know it's doable for Brooks. I'm definitely a fan of Brooks. I'm always rooting for him. But that's my picks for today. You know, I'm gonna do my little arranging around with picks that I always do. But I hope y'all have some happy winnings. I read a few comments that really made me happy, and just know that's what I make videos for. I really want to see y'all win. I want to see all of us win. That way we can all brag and say we making money from Hot Roster. So happy winnings to y'all and have a great day.